Okay, so I said that at some point I was going to show you my planner, and that point is today. So I'm going to do the best that I can and try to hold this phone still. So hopefully you can follow along. Okay, so this is a planner that I created and it is Charlotte Mason inspired. It is titled A Wholesome Plan for a Living Education. And there's a quote by Charlotte Mason I thought was appropriate for, the parent teaching their child. And you can learn more about this on my site, precioushomeschool.com. Anyhow, it has this pretty vintage bird theme throughout it. It's available as a download. I just took it to Office Depot and had them, bind it and all that. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this quick. So, since this is mine, I only printed out what I need, okay? But if you get the download, you'll see some additional pages in between these two. First of all, you will see a copyright page, and then you will see 2 pages on how to use the pages in here. And then here's a divider. All right, and then this will not be in the download. This is something I added. So this is just a calendar that I created at timeanddate.com. All right, and then this page, it's like a year at a glance, I guess you could say. I printed all of mine off on like fast draft ink to conserve the ink. But if you print it out full ink, then the colors will be brighter. But so this is titled This Year's Studies, and you can get 2 sheets. This one is labeled Artist Study, Composer Study, Poet, and they're all labeled. Or you can get a sheet that is not labeled. They just have a line so you can add whatever topics you choose. Okay, and there's another quote by Charlotte Mason. It says, "Let children feed on the good, the excellent, the great. Don't get in their way with little lectures, facts, and guided tours." Okay, so on mine, I just have the 4 artists that we're going to be studying this year, the 4 composers we'll be studying this year. We are studying Emily Dickinson, and I have the 4 poems. Our geography is going to consist of Europe and Asia. I didn't fill that out. Haven't filled that out either, but anyhow. So we are just finishing up our first quarter, and we have done these 2 things in science. I've checked off the other topics that we've done. We've done some of this, but can't really check those off. Okay, so this is the year at a glance page. And then there is another divider. All right, and then these are like the quarter breakdowns. Okay, so it's on a 2-page spread each quarter. So it is pre-printed like quarter one, and then quarter two, and it keeps going like that. There's quarter 3 and quarter 4. Now, we only do 4 quarters, so that's why this is broke down into 4 quarters. But Charlotte Mason, they do like 3 terms. So on the download, it will go up to quarter 6, okay? So that is available. But I will show you kind of what it looks like here. Okay, so we have a section of poems to memorize, Bible memorization, nature activities, science activities, history. There's a blank line, timeline, a note section. Then there's read alouds, independent reading, artist and picture study, art projects, composer and music study, crafts, helping hands, and notes. All right, so up at the top of each page, there's a place where you can put the current school year. There's also a place for placement. And the placement, that's the first time I've ever used the word placement for a grade level, but I know a lot of homeschoolers, they don't like grade levels. They will do, grades, or they'll do levels, or just ages. So I just wrote the word placement, so you can put whatever you want. I'm using this planner for both of my kids. My youngest is in 4th grade. My oldest is 7th grade, so I just put, 4/7, but you can put, whatever level they're in, or grade, or age, or whatever you want. And the child, I just put their initials here. Okay, so that's what this is. All right, the next thing, and it just continues, you know, you've got a total of 6 of those. Then there is another divider, and then, okay. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Okay, this is the next thing that I wanted to show you. This is the weekly planning section, okay, for every week. Now, you have 3 options in the download to choose from. Okay, this is the more common option that you see on every planner. These little square boxes where you list the subjects and the days of the week. I left the days of the week blank because not everyone does school on, you know, Mondays, and not everyone's off on Fridays, things like that. So I just left them blank, and I left the subjects blank because even though we do incorporate more Charlotte Mason than we have in the past, we do not do everything that she suggests, nor do we do it the way that she suggests. So I just wanted to leave it blank because every family, you know, has their own way of doing things. So this is the standard box format that you will see on most planners. So I went ahead and made that one available. If you wanted to choose that one, you know, just copy off as many as you need. Then the other one, well, there's 2 more. Let me show you this one first. This is the one that I use because, like I said in a couple other videos, we have our lovely time. I have a video on our lovely time. Our history, math, science, foreign language, language arts, and that section is broke down into the little topics within language arts. Our sprinkle time, you have 3 sections for other subjects, and then reading. Okay, so I printed out the ones that I use because these are, you know, I labeled them out and printed these because this is the way that we do it. However, if you like that layout but you don't want them labeled, then you have the option to choose the blank ones and just fill them out how you need. Okay, so these type of pages, both of these types of pages can be used for a day. You know, you can use them for 1 child, multiple children. You can use just 1 a day or 1 for a whole week. I did put 5 lines on each of the bigger topics, bigger subjects, I mean, if you wanted to, you know, use this for a full week. And we are using this for a full week, so it works well for us. Okay, so that is the weekly lessons. And I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's 2 weeks that has, I think I'm on the right one. Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so here's 2 weeks that we have already done in the past. This was last month. And you will see that what we done on one day, you know, our lovely time was artist. On another day, we done our catechism, trivia, scripture memory. Another day, poem memorization, poetry. And then our history, we done lessons 17, 18, 20, or 18 and 19, and then 20, 21, 22, and these are the people we learned about. And then math, I just wrote down their lessons that they done. You know, spelling, what lessons we worked on, just things like that. Okay, and then up here or down here where I wrote like their initials, then numbers, that at the end of each week, I just write down how many hours they done in each subject. So here, my oldest, she done 2, 3, 4 hours of reading. My youngest done 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because in our state of Missouri, we have to keep track of hours. Okay, so that is the weekly lesson planning, and I printed off many of those pages just in case I would need them for daily. And then, so see there, and then we have another divider, and then you have some Charlotte Mason quotes And on the back of that page, you have a section called Noteworthy. So any notes that you need to take. Then there's another page with additional Charlotte Mason quotes. And another page on the back of Noteworthy. And then another divider. All right, and then this one is for resources needed. So anything that you need to complete a lesson, a task. Here's a little key for the resource type. You just fill it in, and that is front and back. The next page is a materials shopping list. So if you actually need to go to the store and get, poster board or felt or anything like that, that's what this list is for. And it's also on the back. And then another thing that I did not put in here because we don't have to in Missouri, but it is available in the download, is an attendance record. So for those of you that have to keep track of how many days you homeschool, there is an attendance record available in this. All right, but this is a grade log, and you just write the lesson in the day and the grade they made and so on. And front and back, then front and back, and then there is a report card. Actually, before the report card, there is another thing that you can, that's in the download, and it is a reading log. I did not put one in here because I actually have mine in the back loose leafed. I just have them in the back and they are just loose, okay? The reason I did not put them in there is because last year, my kids, one kid went through 10 of those, 10 of those front and back, and then another kid went through like 7 of those front and back, filled up with books. So there's really no telling how many I would need, so I just have them in there loose. All right, so then there is a report card, and again, I did not list the subjects because everyone does different subjects. All right, and a grading scale, and you just put a check as to which one you used. Another report card, and this is the weekly hour log. Just a second. All right, this is just a weekly hour log where I have like the first day of each week and how many weeks. Like we've done 8 weeks so far, and this is how many non-core hours she's got and how many core hours she's got, how many core hours we've had to do away, because that's just how we have to do it in our state of Missouri. And I have 1 page for each child. And then after that, because we have to keep track of hours, so if you don't have to keep track of hours, then you do not have to print these pages out, but we do. So at the end of that, I have year-end hour totals, and I have one for each child. And then the other page that you'll receive is resources used, and I already have mine filled out. Then you just write their name. Here's a note if you need to. So like on my note, I wrote see reading list 2. Okay, so like here's a subject for their history. These are the things we're using. This is our math. These are the things we're using. Science. These are the things we're using, and so on. And then this is our reading list of required reading, not pleasure reading or library books, but this is actually what's required for our curriculum. And the S is for science and the H is for history. All right, and that is actually the end of the download that you would get. But I added some more pages for our personal stuff because these are just relevant only to our homeschool. Like I done our school year overview. Let's see what else. Just kind of some what we're going to be learning about in school. I done our layout of learning, like our first things first, lovely time, Bible, history, all that. And I showed you this in another video, our routine. Then this is our science curriculum, how I plan to do our science curriculum since I'm making it myself. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't the last thing you were going to get. You also get a curriculum key. So like if you have a long, story of the world, if you have a long book name, you can just make up your own key. That way whenever you write it on your planner, you can just abbreviate it and you'll know, or someone will know what it means. And then there is a last divider. And then also in the back, I added our mission statement. I added the homeschool law. Let's see what else. I added my master curriculum guide, and I done a video on this. And then I added some blank pages just in case, for whatever reason, I needed them. So I added some blank pages there. And then, like I said, the reading log, I just have them all loose in here. And what that is, I just put the month and the year and the name of the book, the author, and how many pages there was, and if it was a book or an audiobook. So, that is our planner for this school year. And if you're interested in that, you can find out more about it at precioushomeschool.com. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.